All right, here we go. I'm back at it. Hopefully this looks good. Let's see. All right. How do I? Okay, here we go. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Oh no, is this not loud enough? What's going on here? Let's test. Let's run some tests here. All right. Let's edit some things. All right. Let's play something real quick.
I'm pressed pub.
Cool. All right. Cool. All right. Oh, okay. Audio is working. Oh, audio is working. Oh, audio is working. I really hope there's no one watching right now. All right. I don't want this one. Maybe I should show the world what I'm doing. Hmm. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Okay, that doesn't sound too bad. Okay, that doesn't sound too bad. All right. Okay. Doing this thing. Just gonna go for it. Just gonna vibe. Let's hear how this sounds. Hold on. Here we go. All right. All right. Oops. Oops. Technical difficulties. All right. The question is, do I get big or does this get small? Or no? Do I get small and this get big? Or the other way around? Whichever. Alright. Boom. To fit to screen, alright. Okay. Now you can see what I'm doing. Okay. I would like to play some music. Hopefully it's good. No, I don't think it's gonna be good. I just want some free ambient music in the background. That's not gonna get copyrighted. Whoa. Alright, turn it down a bit. No. Not it. Okay. Well, let's do more testing here. Name that. Duplicate. Big. do a big me. Oh, here we go. Okay. No, that's not gonna work. Dang, kinda glad no one's watching. I hope no one's watching this. Boom. There we go. All right, so it's the first stream. I've decided to just stream my life. My life. Which will be maybe like an hour or two after I get home from work. Before I have to get ready for bed and do it all again. But I'm really going on a whim, hoping this is all working out. And I hope to do some work. Just do whatever. Let's see here. Wish there was a way I could monitor my stream. I'm figuring everything out in real time right now. Okay. It's all so new. Oh, here we go. Here. Oh. Wish there was a way I could monitor my stream. I'm figuring everything out in real time right now. Me figuring it out right now. It's all so new. Oh, here we go. Alright, there we go. Just have this on to the side. Off to the side. Had to grab something. So, who knows where this will go, how long this will last. I plan to upload these on YouTube too. I think. I'm just gonna capture me doing stuff. Right now, I'm learning coding stuff, computer science, via Code Academy. Not sponsored, by the way. Oh, excuse me. Alright, that was gross. Sorry. Alright, now we're learning about databases. Let's resume my learning. Fun stuff. Really fun stuff. I still want some like ambient music in the background. That's not copyrighted. Please. Copyright free ambient music. Ambient chill. Royalty free. Lo-fi chill beats. Hold up, is lo-fi hip-hop not copyrighted? Is lo-fi hip-hop not copyrighted for Twitch streams? Not this lo-fi girl. Alright, hold up. Is lo-fi girl hip-hop? Lo-fi hip-hop copyrighted on Twitch streams? Lo-fi girl music is generally free to use on Twitch streams, but is copyrighted material that requires proper attribution. The music is safe for background, non-commercial use on Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok, provided you credit the artist and track in your description. Oh, that's crazy. I don't think I can do that. Alright, let's see what else. I'll just use whatever's on. I think I found something here. Royalty free, I hope it's so. Going on a whim here. Let's do theater mode. I'm digging it so far. Hold on, hopefully it's not too loud for y'all. I don't think it is, but I'll turn it down just a slight bit. Ha ha ha. Oh yeah, you can see my audio is just blasting right now. Let me turn me down just a tiny bit. I think that might be good. Alright. Doing other stuff from behind the scenes here. Okay. I like this. Should stand more here. There we go. Let's do some coding. Where's my... So... Alright, let's start at the beginning. Let's turn the music down just a little bit. It's a little loud. Let's monitor the audio. Alright, let's start at the beginning. Let's turn the music down just a little bit. It's a little loud. Alright, sounds good. Alright. Here we go. Let's go to the beginning. Databases. Learning about databases. PostgreSQL. I'm taking notes too. Quite literally taking notes. I'm just going to start a new section. Database. Let's make that like that, maybe. I like the other one better. There we go. Database. Because I have a section for algorithms, Data storage, data structures. Now we're at databases. Alright. Goal of this unit is to learn how to create databases using PostGRE, SQL. Much of the internet is the flow of information in databases. Store data so it can be displayed on the web. I think that's important. I'm gonna capture that. Much of the flow of info is databases. Like PostGRE SQL. I have no idea what that is. They store data so that it can be displayed on the web. I hope I don't get in trouble for streaming or recording this paid content. But I'm not streaming all of it, so I guess it's fine. After this unit, you'll be able to explain what a database is, differentiate between the SQL and no SQL database, create and manipulate post SQL table, download post GRE SQL, and run a SQL database on your computer. Okay, sounds good. What is Relational Database Management System? Learn about RDBMS. And a language to access large data sets. What is a database? A database is a set of data stored in a computer. This data is usually structured in a way that makes the data easily accessible. I like that. Database. A set of data set in a computer. Seems simple, but sometimes life is simple. This data is usually structured in a way that makes the data easily accessible. I'll just shorten that today. Usually structured to be easily accessible. Relational database. A relational database is a type of database. It uses a structure that allows us to identify and access data in relation. Sorry, I gotta eat. All right, so a relational database, this type of database, okay. I'll put that under relational database. Dang, this ambient music is kind of corny, but oh well. Whatever. I wish I could play Andal. But I'm definitely gonna get copyrighted for that. Skip ahead. Corny music. Uses a structure. That allows identify and access data. In a relational in relation to another piece of data. In the database. Often organized into tables. Okay, relational database. Sounds like what the name is. So it's a type of database that uses a structure that allows you to identify and access data in relation. I think this part is most important. Allows you to identify and access data in relation to another piece of data in the database. Gonna bold that. Often organized into tables. Let's just bold that too. No, it's too much bold. I'll just bold tables. It's an underline. Underline. So far, so good. Tables, rows, and columns. Tables can have hundreds, thousands, sometimes even millions of rows of data. These rows are often called records. Okay, so we have a little visual here. Maybe we should zoom in a little bit. You know what? Maybe I could zoom in on this here. Help my viewers at home. Go to something. Transform, edit. Oh no, edit, transform. Does that work? No. Scale. Blending, show transition, hide transition. Filters, properties. Properties? No. Not filters. has to be in transform. Fill with stretch. No, I don't want that. Oh well. It'll just be tiny. Sorry, viewers at home. Alright, tables, rows, and columns. Tables can have hundreds, thousands, sometimes even millions of rows of data. These rows are called records. Dang, we're just dropping so much knowledge. So, let's do tables. Tables can have up to millions of rows, often called records. That makes sense. Tables can also have columns of data. Columns are labeled with a descriptive name, age, for example, and have a specific data type. I'll just say can have many rows. Can have many columns. Labeled with a descriptive name and have a specific data type. So example, age. No example for that. For example, the column called age may have a type of integer. Oh, there it is. Integer. I knew that. Denoting the type of data it is meant to hold. There we go. That might look better. Oh yeah, that's way better. Holy moly. seeing how this looks. Oh yeah, it's way better. Okay. Oh, that's even better. I love the zoom. Holy moly. The zoom. Alright, column we have age, blah blah blah, denoting the type of data it's meant to hold. In the table above, there are 3 columns: name, age, and country. The name and country store string data types, whereas age stores integer data types, and the columns and data types make up the schema of the table. But the table also has 4 rows or records in it, one each for blah blah blah. What is the Relational Database Management System? RDBMS. I feel like I should write this down. Alright, to zoom out, that was too close. Relational Database Management System. This seems important. So much so that each letter should get a capital. RDBMS, and it gets its own little acronym. RDBMS. Okay. A relational database management system is a program that allows you to create, update, and administer a relational database. Most relational database management systems use the SQL language to access the database. A program that allows you... Okay. Sorry, I gotta reread this sometimes for comprehension on my sake. Program that allows you to create, update, and administer a relational database. That's the essence there. What is this music? Ay, ay, ay. Dang. 1 hour royalty-free ambient music. Here we go. Please be good. Oh, the Buddha. I dig it. I dig it. Alright. Oops. Minimize that. Okay, so... What was I writing? Oh yeah. A program. Oops. That allows you to create, update, and administer a relational database. Most relational database management systems use the SQL. Oh yeah. used. Use SQL language to access. What is SQL? A structured query language. Oh. There's a lot more to go through. All right, let's just go through this and then call it a night. I gotta get ready for bed. It's almost 9, almost 10 o'clock. SQL, a structured query language. Structured query language is a programming language used to communicate with data stored in a relational database management system. Break everything. It's bold. SQL. Obviously, this is this, and that. The SQL. Let's underline it too. It's underlined RDBMS. Programming language used to communicate with data stored. I like that. Bold that. SQL syntax is similar to the English language, which makes it relatively easy to read and interpret. Many RDBMSs use SQL to access the data and tables. For example, SQLite is a relational database management system. SQLite contains a minimal set of SQL commands, which are the same across RD. Other RDBMSs may use other variants. SQL is pronounced one of two ways. You can pronounce it speaking each letter, SQL, or pronounce it using the word SQL. I already knew that. Somehow I knew that already. Popular relational database management system. SQL syntax may differ slightly depending on which RDBMS you are using. Here is a brief description of popular RDBMSs. Oh, so these are all RDBMSs. You got your MySQL, PostgreSQL. How do you pronounce PostgreSQL? Let's see. Get out of here, honey. Pronounce this. Post-Greece cool. Post-Greece cool. Post-Greece school. Squell? Post-Greece quell. It is frequently accepted shortened to simply Post-Greece. It is technically incorrect, though common to pronounce it PostgreSQL. Just give me the audio.
PostgreSQL.
PostgreSQL. Why did anyone name that and decide to pronounce it like that? That's horrible. Hold on.
PostgreSQL.
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 We have to practice that one in the mirror later. Alright. PostgreSQL. Alright, let's see. MySQL is the most popular open source SQL SQL database. Let's start organizing this. Popular. That just not roll off the tongue. RDBMS is popular RDBMSs. MySQL, the most popular SQL database. Most popular SQL database. It's typically used for web application development and often accessed using PHP. Typically used for web. Often accessed with using PHP. I think I'll do it like this. Tab it in. Let's give these some space here. Easy to use. Inexpensive. Reliable. Some of the disadvantages are that it has been known to suffer from poor performance when scaling. Disadvantage. Suffers
from poor performance when scaling. Open source development has lagged since Oracle has taken control of MySQL, and it does not include some advanced features that developers may be used to. Not as advanced. Not, well, open source development has lagged. PostgreSQL. Hold up.
PostgreSQL.
PostgreSQL. PostgreSQL. PostgreSQL.
PostgreSQL.
Never gets old. Alright, I gotta finish. I gotta speed it up. PostgreSQL is an open source SQL database that is not controlled by any corporation. Oh, okay. It's open source. It's typically used for web application development. PostgreSQL. Open source. Web development. Many of the advantages, it shares many of the advantages of MySQL. It's easy to use, inexpensive, reliable, large community. Easy to use, reliable, large community. Did I miss one? Oh, inexpensive. It also provides some additional features such as foreign key support without requiring complex configuration. Oh, that's cool. The main disadvantage of PostgreSQL is that it can be slower in performance than other databases, and also slightly less popular than MySQL. Okay. Disadvantages. Can be slower than other databases. Slightly less popular than MySQL. Alright, Oracle DB. Oracle Corporation owns Oracle Database. And the code is not open source. Alright. Oracle DB. Oracle Corporation owns Oracle Database. Oops. not open source. For large applications. Banking industry. Most of the world's top banks run Oracle applications because Oracle offers a powerful combination of technology and comprehensive pre-integrated business applications, including essential functionality built specifically for banks. Oh, wow. Specific functionality for banks. The main disadvantage is that it's not free to use, like its open source competitors, and can be quite expensive. Disadvantage. Kinda expensive. Not kinda expensive. Not open source. Almost at the end here. SQL Server. Microsoft owned SQL Server, like the Oracle database. The code is closed sourced. SQL Server. Microsoft owns closed source. Large enterprise applications mostly use SQL Server. Microsoft offers free entry level version. Oops. But can be very expensive if scaled. If application is scaled. SQLite, popular open source SQL database. You can store it. You can store an entire database in a single file. Wow. SQLite. Can store an entire database in a single file It provides one of the most significant advantages this provides is that all of the data can be stored locally without having to connect your database to a server. All data can be stored locally without connecting to a server. Connecting database to server. A popular choice for databases and cell phones, PDAs, MP3 players, set-top boxes, and other electronic gadgets. The SQL courses on Code Academy use SQLite. Okay. Popular choice for cell phones, PDAs. Who uses PDAs? MP3 players. What up? PDA. A personal digital assistant is a handheld mobile computing device used primarily in the 1990s and early 2000s for personal information and management, such as calendaring, contact lists, and note-taking. Often utilizing a stylus on a touchscreen or a small keyboard. They paved the way for modern smartphones offering portability for productivity. Yo, note-taking actually on the go with a little stylus? That actually sounds kind of rad. But we have tablets now. Not as small as this, but that's... I can just bust out my iPad with the pen. Or phones. I don't know, PDAs. Something about them. Anyway. Where was it at? MP3 players. And other electronic gadgets. Set-top boxes. What the heck is a set-top box? Are devices that connect to a television to receive, decode, and display content from various sources, including cable, satellite, or internet-based signals. Devices like Apple TV, Roku, and Android that use an internet connection to stream services like... Oh. Okay. Interesting. For TV. On Code Academy, we use both SQLite and PostgreSQL. Hold up, let's bring it back.
PostgreSQL.
PostgreSQL. PostgreSQL. That does not look like how it does not sound like how it looks to me, in my opinion. PostgreSQL. While this may sound confusing, don't worry. We want to stress that the basic syntax you will learn can be used in both systems. PostgreSQL. For example, the syntax to create tables, insert data into those tables, and retrieve data from those tables are all identical. That's one of the nice parts of learning SQL. By learning the fundamentals with RDBMS, you can easily begin working in another. That being said, let's take a look at some of the more subtle details. File extensions. When working with a database on Code Academy, take a look at the name of the file you're writing in. If your file ends in SQLite, you're using a SQLite database. If your file ends in SQL, you're working with PostgreSQL. Data types. You'll learn about data types very early into learning RDBMS. One thing to note is that the SQLite and PostgreSQL have slightly different data types. For example, if you want to store text in an SQLite database, you'll use the text data type. If you're working with PostgreSQL, you have many more options. You can use varchar, jar, or text. Each type has its own subtle differences. This is a good example of PostgreSQL being slightly more robust than SQLite. But the core exam concepts remain the same. Built-in tables. As you work your way through more complicated lessons on databases, you'll learn how to access built-in tables. For example, if you take our own lesson on indexes, you'll learn how to look at the table with the system automatically creates to keep track of what indexes exist. Depending on which RDBMS system you're using, in that lesson we're using PostgreSQL, the syntax for doing that will be different. Anytime you're writing a SQL about the database itself rather than the data, the syntax will likely be more unique to the RDBMS you're using. Conclusion: relational databases store data in tables. Tables can grow large, have multiple columns and records. Relational database management systems, RDBMS, use SQL and variants of SQL to manage data in these large tables. The RDBMS you use is your choice and depends on the complexity of your application. Cool. So I'm interested in those data types. One thing to note is that SQLite and PostgreSQL have slightly different data types, for example. Oh, okay. I was a little confused on that part, but I understand now. Built-in tables. Okay, looks cool. Let's see what's up next. After that, I'm going to bed. I gotta do stuff. I got stuff to do. Let's zoom out of it. Back to normal. No SQL. No SQL. Wow, it just keeps going on. Wow. Alright, databases. Hopefully this isn't... I don't know what to expect of this. Hopefully it's not too hard. Complicated. But yeah, I think that's where I'll end it today. Oh... Hopefully everything panned out. My first test stream. And hopefully I'm able to rip the VOD from this. And post it. I feel like there was something I wanted to say, but I can't remember. Oh well. Yeah, my mind's blank. I don't know what it is. Oh well. Maybe I'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully. Bye-bye.